praise. Give him the praise for another day. If nothing else, just raise your hands and keep your feet on the floor and shake round and round. I said you've got to be thankful and raise your hands. Raise your hands, do it. Hey, praise the Lord. Raise your hands. 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 Give God the praise. Hey, for another day. I said you've got to be thankful.